then as usual, they talk say welcome to Talk. For here, the only thing they do is say they talk about trending issues, entertainment issues, celebrity gossips, what they go on for town, what they do what's for town, who they do what's for town, who they worry who did this what's kind of they talk. A day here, we go talk about them. As usual, I go beg you say if you're not subscribed to this channel, I beg you subscribe, give you if you finish and you click the bell notification top. So say any video we go put here, you will get alerts and can watch out. Then if you go Facebook to Talk GH, go follow our page giveaway. Any video we go upload, try them, watch them, then share with your friends, and also leave your comments. So say we all go feel grow together. My name is Selvi. This be Talk. Okay, welcome back, people. So what do we have in the pipeline today? Minister of Interior, Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka Mohammed, or the Assembly to be an way, Defense Minister, the late Dr. Omane Boamah. Dr. Omane Boamah is one of the key people. Omukonya helicopter crash some days ago. Dr. Omane Boamah. Now, Interior Minister about the Assembly about Dr. Omane Boamah. Now, some of the two, it's kind of touching. What I said, it was a revelation. I don't think anyone has said it anywhere before. And then, Honorable Muntaka say, Omane Boamah in particular as a person, or you'll be on helicopter mutna. He could travel anywhere with planes. Most of the planes, there were types, but when it comes to helicopter, Honorable Dr. Omane Boamah, the late Dr. Omane Boamah, now on helicopter mutina. And this came as a surprise to me personally because I didn't know this honestly. Say Oyobi now on helicopter mutina. And now Hon Muntaka since NDC came to power, it's been 8 months, give and take. Yes, 8 months on power. The late Dr. Omane Boamah, a defense minister, once na helicopter muda. The first time once na helicopter mu, and then a call ya wamba biuno. And you see, this is very chilling. It is very chilling, surprising, and all. You know, Osaka interview the said that is what has broken all of them because they all knew how he resented sitting in helicopters. But that day, he didn't have a choice because it was an official business, government business, and the president in the Somano. That is why and Dr. Omane Boamah, he's one person that has been always talking about how our planes are especially the presidential jets. Some weeks ago, or Parliament, I said jets now I corroded into the grounded jets of France for a very long time. So even a whole presidential jet say grounding was France. How much more the normal helicopters that we have at the armed forces and all. This is quite some way appealing at all. But you could see interview now. Honorable Muntaka, a year or Joy 99.7, a year anopa weyano, ye could see him, bra.
Before maybe allow you to continue your question. You can never like boarding a helicopter. Since we came, this 7 months, we have never boarded any of the helicopters. And he hates it. And he keeps warning me. I use it most frequently. If you go and check the Ghana Armed Forces, their records, probably myself, Honorable Harry Medusu, Mama Elga, and a few others might have used it more than any other group. Because every time there's something that needs to be done quickly, we think that the easiest is to take through the heli, because some of the areas don't have airports. And I'll give you one incident. The week before this incident, the weekend, Saturday, we were there, and then there was something that needed to be done urgently in Tamale, and the president asked me to go and deal with it. So I called the Air Force commander, the chief of Air Force, what we call the Air Force commander, that I should prepare the heli for me to go to Tamale and back. But usually when we do this, we have to inform the minister. But you just give them a head start. Then you then talk to the minister. You put it into writing where it's necessary. If it's a weekend like the weekend, you will use it, and then when you go and come, then you put it into writing for the record to show that you use it. So when I call him, he says, Hon Muntaka, I don't know what he's doing with you. Why are you always using this hurry? How can you do this? Me, I'm not comfortable with it. Why not use the casa? The casa is available. I said, we are only 2 people going. And you are saying use casa. Casa, this thing that can take almost 40 something people. I said, I'm a bit away. He said, Hon Muntaka, your safety and your energy is more important than this cost that you are thinking about. So I'm going to call them to instruct them to change it from the heli to Jakarta, so that at least you are in a very safe area than this helicopter. Yet, because of the fight against them, he was ready to board the heli to go. For the first time, despite all his reservation about the use of the heli, and yet the first time he used it, he never returned. You understand why some of us are broken. You understand why we are devastated. Knowing very well that he's pushing about the use of heli and how he's not comfortable using it. And because of the firm affirmation he made before the president and the commitment he personally made to the president that we're going to fight this galaxy with all the energy in us, he was willing to board the helicopter to go in the fight against volunteers, and he lost his life. I will say this.
Okay, welcome back, people. Now, when the course were interviewing him, you could hear Muntaka, you could hear from his voice. He's so broken. I mean, it's assembly is in area, so you could hear from his tone, his voice, how surprising it is to him, and how hurt he is, because they not usually break here, later it was on the portal said now Honorable Muntaka also helicopter movie, but he was pulled out last minute by the finance minister because they had another meeting or some more. So the plan was say helicopter the first batch was have a form makani and say don't kitiamu in Yamaswako in a helicopter no koya ambabiumo. So you could see Dana chief of staff Julius Debra may I present nation every key news you could see Honorable Muntaka crying and people were trying to console him. So this was why, and once again we say rest in peace to Dr. Omane Boamah, Honorable Murtala Mohammed, and the rest involved, and we say may God be and guide their family through this difficult time. If I myself, I am talk. Welcome back. Now, another news a news from the presidential office and the Jubilee House. News will break out on the 10th of August 2025 around 3:37 p.m. and on City News, the news broke out. The heading is that the caption is Presidential Envoy directs religious leaders to submit prophecies for review, and this is just the heading of the news. It's really na yembo room na yenkokai their news neka. Now if you screenshot we are papa Elvis Efi Ankra and that's all. Or no head sa office no. In saying na yenkokai the content of letter we embrace is here. Okay, it's the office of the president, envoy for interfaith and ecumenical relations. Now, ecumenical not just different types of religious beliefs within the Christianity sect or the Christian sect. Into Methodist for Roman for Pentecost, Anglican, all the other sects NGD crowd. That is what ecumenical mean. Now, diving into it, or say to all heads, dear esteemed leaders in Christ, strengthening spiritual partnership for national direction and healing. Greetings of peace and grace from the Office of the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the Office of the Presidential Envoy, I extend heartfelt appreciation to you and your various denominations for your unwavering spiritual support, intercessory prayers, and sustained leadership in promoting peace, moral integrity, and natural unity. Your role in Ghana's spiritual and civic life remains indispensable. As part of strengthening national coordination on spiritual matters, especially in these times of uncertainty and complexity, we kindly encourage you to inform all prophets, men and women of God under your oversight that any prophecy or spiritual insights of a national nature, especially those with implications for high-profile political leaders, governance, national security, or public stability, should be formally relayed to the Office of the Presidential Envoy for urgent review and appropriate escalation. This is in the spirit of responsibility, discernment, and stewardship over the nation's destiny. The contact details of the office: interfaith office Ghana@gmail.com, and the telephone number is 0543-201-251. Furthermore, in light of tragic accidents that occurred recently, which claimed lives and involved government officials, military personnel, and NDC party executives, we humbly request your intense prayers for the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the government and all state institutions, the bereaved families and the entire nation of Ghana. May the Lord comfort the afflicted, guide our leaders, and continue to preserve our beloved country. We look forward to continued partnership and shared spiritual responsibility as we work together for the peace and prosperity of Ghana. Yours sincerely, Elvis Ifriyanka, Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations, Office of the President, Republic of Ghana. Now, when a letter out from the Jubilee House, as I said, and this letter personally, I feel some way about it because prophecies, any whatever messages that God has inspired His prophets or men of God to have how are they going to review it? And this seems to be the problem on everyone's mind or everyone's lips on social media. People are asking the same question, say, how are they going to review it? Like, so is the prophecy, someone said the prophecy will be vetted and approved by FDA. It might sound funny, but then a valid question said, how are they going to review these prophecies? That is one major factor, one major question. And how is it even going to be? Is it going to be for only Christians? Because we all know, say, Christians spend on the casa. God does not belong to Christians. And see, how is this office or how is this thing that has been set up going to be like? Another issue I have with this is the email address on the letter. The email address, because governments are there. How are you using @gmail.com for government are there? Now, when that screen also know, Interfaith Office Ghana@gmail.com. How, bro? How? It doesn't make sense in any way or form. Whoever released this, I don't know if they put in a lot of thinking into releasing this, because Gmail never on the ground. Some way. Governments are there, it should be .gov and RBB, but Gmail, no. Like anyone at all can, come on. This I know, say, this came from a good place, because after incidents this year, a lot of pastors or prophets have come out to say they saw this coming. And a story from Papa Reverend Isaac Osubempa he saw this 3 months ago. He tried to call people, but what I said, there has been a lot of prophets or pastors coming out saying, but I know this is coming from a good place. And this letter does not also mean Ghana because personally I've done some research on astral projection, and there is a research work that I did some time ago concerning the CIA and whether they use remote viewing and astral projection in their dealings or in their work. And they declassified some documents somewhere around 2013 thereabouts. I stand to be corrected, where they said they dived into astral projection and remote viewings, and then they tried to see if it has something to do with consciousness and the whole lot. And yes, CIA, throughout history, royal families have used witchcrafts, they've used sorcerers. We used to watch some TV series like Merlin. We used to watch some TV series like Legend of the Seeker. There's a lot. So sorcery and spirituality and witchcraft and the Sanya Madinina, which is intertwined. What I say, it is intertwined. I never can. So with this release, a lot of people are trying to make it seem say it is ridiculous. No, personally, I don't think it is really ridiculous. I don't see it like that. But I'm just saying, say, what is going to be the metric? Omodebeka say, be a prophecy, no, prophecy, how are they going to measure that? That's the main question. But this release, it is not outrageous at all, because if there are people in this country who are able to see into the future, who are able to see in the next 1 year, in the next 1 month, in the next 1 hour, what is going to happen? Is there going to be a tragedy? I mean, we can't sit here and then look at those people and then we won't use them for their services. So personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, say, if it must be done, it must be done well. If we are going to do it, because our governments are there at Jamie War on the day. Again, number how is it going to be implemented in the first place? How? Unless probably there would be another communique coming out on this. I don't know, I can't tell. But for now, there's the information out there, and everyone has questions. I also have questions. That is why I'm putting it out. And let's say in the subsequent days, there would be further communiques coming out, and then we would know you get it. But for now, we never now make I was me a talk GH. Don't subscribe here. To subscribe here, man. Now if you watch a video, no more no more so you be share. O share video so you so Let's write up a comment to say my however I feel about it, Jaw comment to say my na into me book Facebook so I want talk GH. Let's say Obe like follow your page na you need together. Your friend yourself, I'm out.